Oh my god, knocking the camera off as we start. Morning, morning, morning. How we doing? Hope you're really good. Start of a brand new week. So today we're going to talk about do you show enough compassion? Do we show enough compassion in our day-to-day lives? So that's going to be the main topic that we're going to get into today. So let's get started. Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Boorman, and if you are coming through, then please do let me know by hitting the love heart button, by commenting down below whether you actually think you show enough compassion in your day-to-day life. Not only compassion for other people, but compassion for yourself. And then please share this with someone that you feel that might need it. Look at that great big cut on my nose. It's from fighting with a 100-kilogram bloke at jiu-jitsu. So I'm going to tell you a story. You might have heard the story, you might have heard me tell it before. Maybe not, but it will set the tone. So there was a man who got onto a subway train with his 2 children. And when he got on there, the kids were quite lively. And he sat down in a heap and straight away went into a daydream, a deep type of daydream. The kids were running riot on the subway, kind of disrupting that environment on the train, right? You can hear that noise, that screaming. It's quite loud. It's kind of like disrupting that whole chilled vibe on the subway. And this went on for about 3 stops before the lady who was sitting next to that guy turned around and said, "Do you not think that you should maybe take charge of your kids?" And the man turned around to her and said, "Oh, yes, I'm really sorry. It's just that we've just come from the hospital where my wife has just died, and I've got to find a way to tell those kids." And that, when I got told that story the first time, that was a real dropping in the gut moment, right? It was one of those moments that you just dread finding yourself in. Okay. Now, one of the things that I often have been thinking about a lot is you never really know what somebody is going through. You never really know what's going on inside of here and inside of here. And for example, when I talked about suicide last Friday, none of you, no one would have known, other than just 1 or 2 people, what was going on in my head. But yet at the same time, I'm still working. There's still a huge judgment about what we do on our ads. It's just the way it is. There would have been huge judgment in terms of things that I would say, my point of view, the way I come across. That's part and parcel of life, right? And I wonder how many times that we do that. How many times do you judge other people without thinking about maybe what they're going through? How many times do we say things about a situation or people without consideration about what might have happened, what they might be going through? And it's for me, it all begins with that level of self-awareness. Now, that level of self-awareness will raise today because it's a subject that I'm talking about. So for you guys, you'll think about it that little bit more. And one of the things that I'm trying to do is, because we can be very impulsive, that's who we are as humans, right? We create our own scenario or our own situation of somebody else's situation, or a situation that's going on. And I don't think we show enough compassion. I don't think we think, God, I wonder what they're going through. Oh man, they could have had the morning from hell. Man, they could be doing the school run, be daydreaming in that car, and she's just found out, or he's just found out, that they've lost their mother, or that their partner has just found out they're seriously ill, or that they found out that their mortgage is going up by £1,000 a month. They're wondering where that money's coming from. And if you think about all of the problems that you have individually, everybody else has kind of got a level or a degree of those same problems. If you look at the world, if you look at the country today, apparently we're in a recession. Apparently we're all struggling, and apparently finances are really, really tight, and they are, But then there's also we are also going through those things, and we're also going through those thoughts, and it's affecting our daily practice, our daily mindset. It might mean that we're not concentrating fully on the road, so we snap at that person. It might mean that somebody's not very talkative, so you think, oh, they've got an issue with me. And then we go into overthinking about that and start judging. So I also think that we can be more compassionate about ourselves, because I think that we judge ourselves too much, and we beat ourselves up far too much about what we're not doing, about the standards we haven't reached. And I don't think we consider our own situations and what we go through. So I often look at, always, my biggest culprit is the business, and I always think, like, why are we not making more of an impact? Then contradictory to that, I think, I don't want to make any more of an impact than I'm happy where we are. And I keep going round in these circles of confliction and keep beating myself up. And then I remember I've got 4 kids to bring up as well, and I've got a wife who I want to nurture, and I've got 100 miles that I need to run, and and it's just that continuously beating myself up instead of being compassionate with myself and being kinder to myself. And I think that if we can live our lives where we show more compassion to other people, I think it makes us a better human being. I think it makes us more loving. I think it makes us more understanding as a human being. I think it makes us a better partner if we're more compassionate to what our wives are going through. Like I asked at the seminar a couple of weeks ago, how many times do you ask your wife, are you all right? Is everything going all right? And I actually did that the weekend, and my missus had a good cry at my shoulder because she was holding stuff in. So we have to be able to show compassion to the people who we love the most. I'm trying to show more compassion to my teenage kids because they're going through it. One's going through it with GCSEs, the other one's going through it with the second year of college, and even making sure that the little ones are right. So we show compassion in different ways to different people, but I really believe it connects us more to those people and allows us to understand what's going on more with those people. And I think it not only helps you understand, it would help other people. You can make a huge difference. There's no point in doing all of this if we can't make a huge difference to other people's mental health, because the more compassionate you are with somebody, the more likely they are to open up with you, which is the more likely that they are going to feel comfortable about sharing some of the issues that they have. If we don't show any compassion, then someone's much less likely to open up, much less likely to want to talk about the things that are going on in their life, because they don't feel like you understand, they don't feel like you have that compassion. So there are lots of different compassions, right? People that we don't know, people that we do know, people that we really care about, and ourselves. And it all triggers and starts with that self-awareness. Thinking about, is there something going on here? Asking the question, asking a stranger if they're right. I remember asking, I was in London once, some poor bloke was crying. He just found out his mother had died, and just hit him right there and then, and just simply showing a little bit of compassion and hugging a stranger probably just made him feel like that little bit more secure and a little bit better on that day. And that's how we can, I guess, help each other along this journey and help each other move forwards. And I just wanted to kind of share something a little bit different, because I don't think we talk about this enough as men, being openly compassionate, sympathising, showing pity for what someone's going through, but especially, most importantly, with the people that you love the most in yourself. Anyway, that's me rambling on for today. Have a great week. I will see you on Wednesday, ready to go for the next show, 5:30 sharp. I would love for you to give me your number one takeaway from this show this morning in the comments below, and maybe even an action point or a reflection, whatever you want it to be. What's action point you're going to take, what's one reflection, one thing that you're going to take away from it.